As we've seen in recent weeks since Trump took office again on January 20th, his administration has really attempted to take a sledgehammer to any DEI initiative. And I know you said that most people don't want to hear about DEI when it comes to the Super Bowl from either the league or the players. But when it comes to politics, when it comes to DEI, when it comes to these hot button issues, how does that differ by demographics? How is it differing by age and race?
That's a great question. I mean, the DI numbers are quite interesting. 46% want players to take an open position on DE&I. 56% do not, and it goes down from there when you think about the owners and the teams and the commercial advertising that's happening. But when you ask millennials, the numbers flip. That's 58% of millennials that say, yes, there should be a public stance on DEI. And 54% of Gen Zers said the same thing. Whereas older generation like Gen Xers, 59% said, no, we don't want DEI to be addressed. And 69% of baby boomers said the same when it comes to NFL athletes. So there's a big generational divide on one side. And then on the other side, only 40% of white Americans said that DNI should be a subject of conversation. 60% said no. However, Hispanic Americans are by and large split. 54% said yes, 46% said no. And then Black Americans, 73% said yes, there should be a public stance on DNI and a conversation around that, and 27% said no. So different groups are reacting very differently to the issue, and this highlights the challenge of taking a position on this issue, right? Chances are you're going to leave some key demographic unhappy with whatever position you're going to take, whether you're advertising around the issue or whether you're the league or one of the teams or one of the players that's taking a position on the issue. So this is why overall the sentiment is let's just leave social issues and political issues outside of the Super Bowl. There's different forums where those issues should be addressed and can be addressed, and everyone will be better off for it.
It's interesting because reporters down in New Orleans have been asking some players, what are your thoughts on President Trump going to the game? And you've seen some players kind of dance around the subject, give non-answers, and even those non-answers, like Travis Kelce's answers, was discussed on shows like The View, had made headlines. But I am curious now about the commercials because a lot of people tune in solely for the commercials as well. I think you have the number on that, but I want to know, do people want politics and these hot button issues out of commercials as well?
Yes, and especially when it comes to commercial, they want these issues out of those commercials. They want the commercials to really be about the products and the services and the entertainment value of the commercials. In the list that we tested, from human rights at the top of the list to the environment and public education, all the way down to more sensitive issues like transgender rights, tariffs, politics, and abortion. Um, at the top of the list, when it came to human rights, only 50% said that human rights should be addressed in Super Bowl ad, and 50% no. And then when you go all the way down to the list to politics in general, only 28% said politics should be addressed in an ad. 30% said transgender rights should be addressed in an ad. About 35% said tariffs should be addressed in it or not. So you see on all of these hot button issues, there's very little appetite for them to hijack something that viewers feel should be about the entertainment value, should be about the products and whatever the corporations are selling. So we're essentially seeing the public say, let's leave social issues and political issues out. At least this time around, we're tired of it and it's divisive. And really, the Super Bowl is a forum where we all come together, especially within our families. And it shouldn't really be distracted by these types of issues.